Hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion Morning. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Mondays are never easy, but we're here and we're going to get through it together. My hair is just going crazy over here. You can never look in the camera and see which side it is, but I got it under control, at least for now. Thank goodness for the hats, right? Right. Hey, everybody. Again, happy Monday. Monday, never fun. It's a major Monday for me. Hopefully it's not a major Monday for you, but either way, we'll make it through. We'll make it through and we'll do it together with some smiles and some positivity, as we like to do virtually every morning here. Haven't been here for the last couple days. I'll get to that in a moment, but going to be here for you this week for sure. Good morning, Donna. So good to see you. Welcome to the show. Happy to see you here. Hey there, Marianne. Happy you're there as well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Really, really appreciate you coming along on this journey. Man, look at this. Stickers. Fix that too. Making corrections as we go in the morning because you got to do what you got to do, right? There you go. So what are we talking about on this day? It is Monday, June 9th, 2025. Let's talk a little bit about what Michelle and I were doing over the weekend. If you followed along on social media, you know we were out at the Walt Disney World Resort. And yes, we did pack a lot in. We were only out there for about 28, 29 hours in total. But we got a lot done during that time. And we're going to talk a lot about it, more about it on this next week's episode. But just wanted to kind of go over a few things. Yes, we did see some brand new stuff, including the new shows out at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Villains Unfairly Ever After. We got to see that. The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. Check that out. And we did get the opportunity to visit Geo 82. Enjoy that. Check out the new Spaceship Earth Lounge there. We are going to be definitely talking about our experience there. We have a lot to say about Geo 82 and both of these shows as well. So we'll be discussing that on this weekend show. I'm sure you'll hear more about that as I lead into it later in the week, but also definitely on this week's upcoming episode of our podcast. And we are the Disney podcast of positivity. So it's a fair chance everything we will have to say will be relatively positive, but legit. And, we will give some critiques if they need to be critiqued. This was, of course, the biggest thing that happened, though, while we were out on Saturday, and that is the closing of Muppet Vision 3D. We were there for the very first show of Muppet Vision 3D on Saturday on its last day, and we were there for the very last show of Muppet Vision 3D. And we will tell you all about that and quite an adventure we had getting to both those things and talking about that amazing attraction and the amazing people that were there to celebrate it on its final day, because it was quite a day at Disney's Hollywood Studios for many, many, many reasons, both heartwarming and heart-wrenching in so many ways. So again, that's coming up this week. I don't want to talk about it too much this morning because we have a lot to say on all this stuff on our next episode. We hope you'll join us for it later on. Yes, absolutely. 100%. So what else are we talking about on this day? Well, it is Donald Duck Day because it is Donald Duck's 91st birthday. Happy birthday to the number one duck. He is arguably our favorite Disney, of the classic Disney characters, of the Sensational Six. He is amazing. We love Donald so very much. He is the everyman. We all can feel Donald's, frustrations sometimes, his anger sometimes, his joy sometimes. And interesting things about Donald Duck, of course, was he was kind of creative because Mickey was just like, they wanted to keep Mickey as kind of pure and, jolly, and he was happy-go-lucky. But they wanted kind of a guy who could relate to things that were a little crazy, that when things go wrong. And I think Donald was definitely the most understandable of these characters, of like, you get it. You've been there. You know it. You get frustrated. Not everything goes perfectly like it did for Mickey Mouse early on. I mean, obviously, they've in the new Mickey Mouse shorts and everything, they've given Mickey a little more leeway for him to get frustrated, for him to get mad. But back in the day, they wanted to keep it like he was, everything went right for Mickey, but not for Donald, and just love it so much. So yeah, he debuted on what was it? The Little Hen back in 1934 was his first film. And he went on to make, he's done over 150 films, many that have been given credit by the Academy Awards. He, I don't know if it's now the case. I think on film, he's still the leader of the Disney character who's appeared in the most films. Um, now that Mickey's had his shorts, I think Mickey has made more appearances than Donald. Although I don't know because he also has DuckTales and everything else. Be good to know. I mean, how many appearances on television shows and movies who leads? But I for a while there, definitely for films, I think it still is the case that Donald Duck still rules the roost per se. Anyway, happy birthday to Donald. Go out if you get out to the parks and go visit Donald. Say hello today because what a great character and so much fun to interact with at the parks. He's great. He's great. So happy birthday, Donald. Happy birthday, Donald. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, maybe you celebrate Donald with a little strawberry rhubarb pie. Sure. Absolutely. Why not? I do love a good strawberry pie. A little rhubarb in there. It adds a little tart to balance out some of the sweetness from the strawberries. Sure. Rhubarb, great way to, it's great something. It's something you don't necessarily think about outside of a strawberry rhubarb pie, but it is really good. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a tart vegetable that you can put in there that kind of balances a pie. I'm on board. I'm on board. Sure. You're going to come to me a piece of strawberry rhubarb pie. I'm probably going to take you up on it on this day. Here's something that I think is really good for a lot of people. Something I try and do, and it's something we should all try and do. Today is National Meal Prep Day. And meal prep day is basically, well, I mean, you can prep for just a single meal, but a lot of times what this means is prepping out for kind of your week's meal. Sit down at one point, well, I guess stand probably. You don't need to sit down and do it, but stand and do all the prep work so your meals can be ready later on in the week. So when things get hectic, when things are, when you've got a lot of stuff going on, you can whip out a healthy meal in very little time, or it's already ready to go for you. Definitely for lunches, a huge thing. If you can like take a day on your weekend or whatever, and just spend an hour and get together all your lunches for the week, man, it saves you so much time. And it's so much healthier for you. And it'll save you so much money over trying to go and buy lunches or buy dinners. You get to a day where you're just like, I'm just so tired. I don't want to cook. I mean, if you've already done the prep, you don't have to go out and maybe buy something that's not necessarily the healthiest meal or spend a lot of money on food for you and your family. So meal prep day is really, really good. I always say it, especially if you're going to cook something, make more than what you necessarily eat in one day, because it's not twice the effort to make twice the food. So always make extra, especially if it's something that can hang with leftovers for a while. It'll save you so much more time during the week. What's this, Marianne? I did a lot of once a month meal prep when the boys were little. Yeah, definitely, especially with little ones, because you're spending so much time taking care of them. So having that ready to go for you, and again, the fatigue factor, if nothing else, having that all ready to go and you can get it all together. Really, really important. But again, always remember this, and it's really, really 100% true. It does not take as much time to make double the food as it does to make double the food. It does not take that extra time, not double the effort. So put it into use. And like I said, your body will be happy for it. Your bank account will be happy for it. It'll just save you in so many ways. So today's a great day to just kind of remember that. I'm not trying to judge you if you go out and eat. If you go out and decide you want dinner, if you want to take in even fast food. I know it's not the healthiest food, but go out and get some every once in a while. I'm not judging at all. I'm just saying that there's ways to save a little money and eat a little healthier from time to time, for sure. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, along with Donald Duck, here are some of the people you celebrate your birthday with, if it is your birthday today. And several of them have, matter of fact, all these people have ties with Disney. You may not recognize the guy on the bottom left, but you probably recognize some of his music. That is James Newton Howard. He turned 74 today, born on this day in 1951. He is a composer for film scores. He's not been nominated 9 times for an Academy Award. He's won Grammys. He's won Emmys. He's done films like The Fugitive, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, the Fantastic Beast movies. He's done The Hunger Games. For Disney, he's done Dinosaur, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, Raya and the Last Dragon, Jungle Cruise. He's done so many of the scores that you love. So you may not recognize him right off the bat, but you'll definitely know his music. So happy birthday to him. How about amazing actor Michael J. Fox? He turned 64 today. Michael J. Fox turned 64 today. Born on this day in 1961. Of course, Alex P. Keaton with Family Ties, but even more well-known, Marty McFly from the Back to the Future franchise. He's also was in Teen Wolf, Doc Hollywood, but for Disney, he voiced Milo in Atlantis. He was the narrator for the Homeward Bound films. He's won 5 Emmy Awards, 4 Golden Globe Awards. He's won a Grammy Award. And of course, now, his work for Parkinson's, it's something that he has to deal with on a daily basis. His work to, get that out there and let people know about Parkinson's and trying to raise money and help and fight Parkinson's for people in the future. Amazing person. I think I've heard he's going to be on the new season of Only Murders in the Building. That's cool. Happy for that. Can't wait to see him. Love Michael J. Fox. How about Johnny Depp? Yep. Ties to Disney again, of course. He turned 62 today, born this day in 1963. Started way back 21 Jump Street. But of course, he's Captain Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean films, but he's also been in many of the Tim Burton movies, including Alice in Wonderland, Edward Scissorhands. You just go through Tim Burton movies, and he's probably been in him. We loved him in Finding Neverland. We loved him in he was actually really good as the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where he plays Willy Wonka. It's just amazing. He's a great actor. He's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards during his lifetime. So happy birthday to him. And finally, last but definitely not least, Natalie Portman turns 44 today, born on this day in 1981. She won an Academy Award for Black Swan, but I will always know her as Padme Amidala, Queen Amidala, from the Star Wars prequel films. She was also Jane Foster in the Thor films and even became, spoiler alert, Mighty Thor in Thor Love and Thunder. But she's done wonderful things throughout her career. Happy birthday to all of them. And again, if it's your birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Time for a little bit of more shameless self-promotion. Did a little bit of that earlier, but a little bit more today. Yes, we did have a new episode drop yesterday. You may have caught us on Thursday night when we were live and seen our show. But in case you didn't, or if you want to relive it, we did our unofficial, official Phineas and Ferb revival wrap-up show. So right after this shows, the first shows of the comeback, or don't call it a comeback, the revival shows came back, the return of Phineas and Ferb on Disney Channel on Thursday night. We came in right afterwards, talked about it, had a few of you along with us, and discussed Phineas and Ferb in general, had some fun, and recap those episodes. If you haven't seen those episodes yet, it is spoiler filled. So be sure and check those out. They're all on Disney Channel now, and then some as well. Not on Disney Channel, Disney Plus. How did I forget that? Disney Plus. They're all there now. They're still re-airing on Disney Channel as well. But yeah, we just had some fun. So check it out. And we, of course, with the episode, we also added in Disney Stories of the Week, our hashtag Year of Lynn. Oh, by the way, did you catch last night? Did you watch the Tonys last night? I don't know how I didn't bring this up earlier. Man, that reunion of Hamilton, the entire cast, over 20 plus cast members of Hamilton in the Tonys. They did a mashup of so many Hamilton songs. It was crazy good. I stayed up later than I normally would to be sure and check it out, and I was rewarded. We were rewarded. It was phenomenal. It just made me wish that those people would get back together, even just for a 2-week run, and do Hamilton again together, because man, it was so good last night. The Tony Awards in general were good. Cynthia Riva was fantastic as the host. They were really, really good last night. But man, that segment, amazing, amazing. Anyway, yeah, please check out our Phineas and Ferb episode. If you've never watched Phineas and Ferb, if you love Phineas and Ferb, either way, I think you're going to enjoy that show. Good times for that. And again, this week, we'll be talking more about our recent visit to Walt Disney World. And we hope you'll join us for that as well. All right. Gonna get out of here. Everybody have an amazing day. I know it's Monday, but you're going to get through this. We'll make it through the week together, and we'll just have some fun. We'll have some smiles, and we'll share some positivity as we like to do every single day. As I like to say, yes, yes, yes. Please, please, please. On a Monday, especially more than maybe any other day of the week, keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles, and of course, keep on sharing that positivity. I will be back with you tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. to do all those things with you once again. Until that time, everybody, please, please, please have a magical day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.